Hello and welcome to episode 12 of Fire Walk With Us. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
And Justin.
Alright, this week we watched the Twin Peaks episode, The Man Behind the Glass. Quick plot synopsis. Cooper and Agent Rosenfield are alerted when an attempt is made on Ronette Pulaski's life at the hospital. Meanwhile, Donna meets with the reclusive Harold Smith, whom she asks about Laura. At One-Eyed Jack's, Audrey is held prisoner by Blackie and Emery, who are under the employment of Jean Renault, who plans to extract ransom from Benjamin Horne, as well as kill Cooper, whom he blames for the death of his brothers Bernard and Jacques. Leland comes to the police station after seeing the police sketch of Killer Bob, claiming to have known the mysterious man from his childhood. Elsewhere, Lucy meets with the suave and vain Dick Tremaine, where she confides that she's pregnant from a brief fling they had, and the baby may be his. The mysterious Asian man staying at the Great Northern Hotel continues to follow Cooper around.
Stalker.
Philip Michael Girard, the one-armed man, has a seizure after seeing a sketch of Killer Bob and emerges as his alter ego, Mike. At the hospital, Nadine Hurley awakens from her coma, but to Big Ed's bewilderment, she thinks she's 18 years old and in high school. Nearby, Dr. Jacoby is hypnotized by Cooper to look back into the night when Jacques Renault was murdered. Also, Donna continues to be jealous of her James hanging around Maddie and runs to Harold for comfort. Dun dun dun.
Yes.
Alright, so what did you two learn about Twin Peaks in this episode?
Well, most of the particular things were about Mr. Smith, mostly because I had tiny little concerns with what Donna was supposedly getting herself into. On the whole, everything seems to be fairly decent. He seems like a decent enough guy. Doesn't want to bother going outside. He grows orchids. He has Laura Palmer's
diary.
Oh.
This is the diary of Laura Palmer.
That's the big reveal at the end of the episode.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's talk about that for a minute.
Sure.
What do we think obviously that's going to become important.
Very important. Donna will most likely want to get her hands on it.
Yes. Now, do any of us suspect, what's his name?
Harold?
Harold Smith. Do any of us suspect him, that he could be the killer?
No, he never leaves.
No,
Well, he says he doesn't. We don't have that proven, though.
Oh.
True. With only seeing him for so much, there's not so much that supposedly gave away that he would do something like that. There's a chance, but
he does
as
have a
it sort of-
diary.
He's only just introduced.
Mostly as it kind of sits, it's the thought process of how did he get her diary?
Obviously, Laura
So-
just left it there. Nah, I don't know.
So, if there was a point that Laura did leave it with him as some sort of a either keepsake or wants him to take care of it while she left to die, or if he somehow obtained it while Laura was around or after Laura had passed.
I want to bring up one point that might help clear up what's going on here. Now, if we remember back to season 1,
Yeah.
they found a diary in Laura's room.
Yes.
It was a diary.
Yes, there was. So apparently
It
she
was
had a
someone
second
else's
diary.
Yes.
So she had two diaries.
Yes. That would be the implication, at least.
Mm.
Okay, could it be an older diary? Or could she just be writing two diaries?
Could be either. Could be either.
Is it actually somebody else's diary that they obtained first? Or, I don't really know.
Well, no, Laura
No.
does make specific references to things only she would know about in that.
No. Yeah, with that diary, she made points with all the particular stuff, and it sort of was the diary that sort of showed Laura wasn't exactly all she seemed from all the
Yeah.
niceness that she showed up.
That's where they
Which
got the
leaves-
cocaine residue and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Which leaves to question, is the second diary either a particular point where she wrote other particular thoughts or other sort of information relating to it, or more of her struggles mentally with going through all the stuff that she was going through?
We will find out.
Yes.
I'm sure we will in the coming episode or two.
So another important thing to look
I
out
hope.
for. That and the piece of paper thing that she was trying to grab while she was in Harold's place.
Speaking of paper, we're going to go back to Ronette.
Oh,
Yeah.
she really likes to break those chains.
No, that wasn't Ronette.
Oh, not that? Okay.
No.
What was that?
Under Ronette's fingernail, we find
Ah.
a bee.
Oh,
we found
that's
another.
right. Okay, sorry. Don't
Yep.
remember names.
Yes, they discovered a new
So another letter.
The bee.
So they have like
R,
a
B,
B,
and
T.
T.
Yeah, R, B, and T, which we supposedly find out could mean Robert.
Could be.
Could be.
Now,
Yeah.
do we think that's what it actually is trying to spell, or is that just something a little too obvious?
That would be pretty obvious, but who knows? It might be.
I think the only other particular thing would be an acronym.
It's possible.
That is another possibility.
Cooper finally tells Albert and Truman about the giant.
Yes.
Yeah, and people think he's crazy.
Well,
Of course.
he already put them through all the sequences of the other particular stuff and proved that right. So his craziness is somewhat accepted by most of the people he works with.
Yes.
Well, except for Albert, I'm sure.
Yeah, Albert's a unique character.
Albert's the only one who's technically sensible and hasn't been quite yet hit by any of the craziness around Twin Peaks.
Not really.
That's,
You say...
I like the one scene where Harry grabs Albert.
oh yeah, the I love you scene?
It's like, I love you. It's like,
It's
okay.
great. Yeah. Albert goes on about his philosophy of nonviolence. And it's pretty great.
That was a great scene.
I wonder how quick that's going to be broken.
We'll have to find out.
Yes.
So,
We see Michael Philip Gerard, which is just the best name to say.
like Phil Gerard?
You have to
The
say
gentleman
it
over
better.
at One Eye Jacks that speaks
No, no.
with Blackie.
No, the
supposedly?
one-armed man.
Ah, the one-armed
Oh.
gentleman. Yes.
He is in the sheriff's station selling Harry some shoes.
Yeah.
When
And then he sees the picture.
a sketch of Bob.
He freaks the fuck out.
Yes.
Well, kind of tries to keep himself composed, but yeah, things start to get crazy and he needs to excuse himself.
and he goes into the bathroom and has a seizure while trying to give himself an injection. What do we think that's about?
That brings up the giant's other point of the guy being able to point if he's not without the drug.
Yes, without chemicals, he points.
Yes.
That point. Pointing at what?
The answer to your question.
Or maybe just another question.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it just makes me ask more questions.
That's what the show does a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay, great.
So we meet Jean Reno
Yes.
in One-Eye Jacks,
Yes.
who is going to be the middleman between Blackie and Benjamin Horne over the ransom of Audrey.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Because Audrey is being held hostage.
Yep.
Yeah, and submitted under all the drugs and the whatnot.
Yeah, because she was kind of an idiot. But anyway.
Yeah, just the teeniest bit.
Mm-hmm.
We see Nadine come out of her coma.
Yes.
Oh, that's her name. Nadine.
And Nadine apparently now has super strength and thinks she's 18.
Yes. Ed is kind of bewildered.
He is a little bit concerned.
He broke the chains of love.
So, do we
Sorry.
think Nadine having... I hesitate to say superpowers, but it's almost like superpowers, because she snaps those chains without, like, trying. Do you think that's going to be an important plot point, or is this
I think that's
a side
just kind of a typical thing with Nadine. Because you saw the other particular injuries that Ed got from Nadine.
Yes.
Not much, but enough to cause a decent amount of harm. I think just some particular thing got supercharged, and now she has super strength for reasons.
And she thinks she's 18.
Well, yes, there's that, but that would most likely be a symptom from the coma and the drugs and all the other particular stuff of things. So it's just kind of a question of, are they going to go the silly route with this, or are they going to go the sensible route with this?
We have a scene at Laura's grave, which right before we see an owl.
Who?
Yes.
Who indeed. I really love the scene at the grave with Donna talking about, my entire life was spent cleaning up your problems, and now that you're dead, we're still cleaning up your shit.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Yes.
Leland is arrested for the murder of Jacques Renault.
Yeah.
Yes, finally.
Because they went to Dr. Jacoby and asked him about the murders of the stuff.
For some reason, this hypnosis doesn't make much sense to me.
Why not?
Yeah, that seems kind of silly.
Was he there for that?
Yes.
Oh, he was.
He was they were in the same hospital room.
Oh.
Because that was after Jacoby had his heart attack.
Oh. But was he conscious at that point?
He sensed certain things. He smelt the burning stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was some level of consciousness. He says that he woke up when he heard something happening next to him.
Bleh.
Okay.
Mostly I was kind of like, oh my god, this guy's obsessed with Hawaii. Why?
I didn't question it.
Yeah, you have to just kind of go with it. We see Lucy on a date.
Yes.
With, Dick.
Yes.
What a name.
Which, what do we think of Dick?
I
The
could say
name
the
says
obvious.
it all.
I could say the obvious.
Yeah, they might have been hitting the nail on the head a little bit with that name.
Yeah.
And at the end of the episode, we find out that Harold Smith has some kind of diary of Laura Palmer.
Yes.
We've already discussed.
We have.
Let's just
And
see.
apparently, whenever James and Madeline are, like, together, Don always just comes in at the worst timing. It's great.
And of course, unlike sensible people where they don't walk up to one another and discuss what supposedly happened, she turns away and just assumes the worst.
And
Yeah.
James is all like, God damn it!
Yeah, she definitely pulls a Buffy.
Nah. Also, that singing scene. I never would have
Oh,
thought that his
that
his
song.
voice would have gotten so high.
Oh, he wasn't singing that.
Yeah, I know, but still, the character. Why
It's-
is your voice so high?
But he's, like, mouthing it, and it's like, that's not your voice.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Alrighty, so who is your prime suspect right now, Dave?
As it specifically sits, it still sits at Bob, but I can understand the points that Justin brings up about Lorne Horn, Ben Horn, or some sort of associate within his connections being part of it.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you still focusing on Ben Horn, Justin?
I still want to, despite, the new character being brought up, Harold Smith.
Blech.
I mean, he has some connection with Laura Palmer as well, but we don't know much more than that, other than he has her diary and, I guess, Laura brought him Meals on Wheels or something.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's all we really know at this point, and he supposedly says he never leaves the house.
Yes. But again, we can't confirm that he's ever left the house.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Maybe when he does, he just turns into a werewolf or something. I have no idea.
Justin, don't give away spoilers.
This
Nah,
is a
it's mostly-
spoiler, I don't even know.
Yeah, it's most likely something more realistic, like he has photosensitivity or something.
Or he just has, agoraphobia. Anyway,
Oh yes, the thing that he did mention.
do either of you have any questions for me regarding what happened in this episode or what will happen in future episodes?
How fucked is Audrey?
I mean, is your question, is she going to come out of this alive?
Well, not so much alive. I'm mostly wondering how mentally scarred she's gonna be after all this is gonna be done.
I mean, she's going to be traumatized.
Yeah.
But I mean, fair enough. But she's not going to... Audrey is not going to... Her character isn't going to change a great deal. She isn't going to become like a shrinking violet or anything.
Oh.
Okay.
So she's gonna just get right back on that horse and go into another stupid plan for her love.
Audrey's going to be Audrey.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of figured that, despite any circumstances that she deals with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Justin, do you have any questions for me? Or David, if you have another one?
I don't think I do right now. I kind of want to see things happen for myself and figure things out from there.
Fair enough.
I don't think the shoes were of supposed importance.
What
So we-
shoes?
The shoes that were found with the drugs over by Leo's house a couple
Oh.
of episodes back.
That.
It was brought up by Albert before the I love you scene, and
Yes.
it's like, oh, red herring. Hooray! We learned.
Good job, Andy. Finding the red herring.
Alrighty. So, do either of you have anything left to add?
I think it's mostly just kind of a case that all three of the things that the giant told Cooper have happened. So A, Cooper's probably going to be getting his ring back in the next couple of episodes. And B, what does that mean for the story and how far down the rabbit hole are things going to dive?
I'm gonna say pretty far.
How far do you think they're going to go into the more supernatural-esque, kind of weird kind of stuff?
They already started doing it a bit more with the last couple episodes with the little boy and Bob. Like, they definitely brought them out more.
Yeah, with seeing Bob and getting those wonderful memories of seeing him again. Yes.
And getting
most
that-
likely things are going to be going.
And getting that message
Weird.
from that one guy, military guy.
Yes.
So, I mean, there's definitely some things here. So I
Okay.
think it may go a bit further still.
But, like how far? Like, so we've mentioned space has come up a couple of times. Do we think they're going to pull in aliens?
I think they will.
Nah, I don't think they're going to. If they do, it's going to be kind of a, oh, this point has been brought across and there's a chance of it happening. But with everything this show's kind of been doing, there's a chance it's not going to be that.
Okay, so what is the giant? Is he alien or is he human?
Spiritish sort of thing, from most of my understanding. If it is gonna go into the case of alien, it's just gonna be like,
Okay, so do we have any theories on what Bob is?
In my case, I'm still going to stick with some sort of spirit or
It's probably the devil.
particular sort of thing.
No, you're going right to the devil, huh?
Yeah, I'll go with the devil.
Okay.
Well, it's not too surprising with the fire and the fact that he caused the death thing, and he's
You want to play
tormenting
with
a whole
fire,
bunch of
little
people.
boy? He's the devil.
He has
Okay.
decent enough aim. That Leland.
Yeah. Leland seems to be pretty handy with the fire.
Good. That he didn't miss and start a fire.
Burn the whole place down.
Yeah.
It's like, shit, Leland, you keep fucking up. Okay. Do I have anything left to bring up for this episode? Yes, we see a Asian gentleman.
Oh, we saw an Asian gentleman since the start of season 2.
Yes.
He's been kind of stalking Cooper for a while.
Yeah. And
Now Cooper. I
With
think
the ominous
particular-
kind of music playing in the background every time he's like on the scene.
I think the particular thing that he was looking for was the owner of the mill, supposedly. But now he switched his sights over to Cooper since he has no idea where she is.
So, do we have any idea what that might be about?
Possibly something related to some of the stuff about the mill and what the Mr. Horn's kind of trying to do with all of his particular business work.
I want to say he shot him.
Okay. So,
Maybe.
No, that makes decent enough sense.
we found out that Josie is going to be coming back the next couple of days after her excursion to Seattle.
Yeah.
We haven't heard anything about Catherine.
No,
Mm-mm.
she's still missing in action.
Do we think she's dead? Do we think she's still alive? What do we think's going on?
Shelley's
with
not
her?
really saying anything about it,
Yeah.
even though kind of she was the reason why she's alive.
Yeah, I mean, Shelley could have also just passed out or something. Like, there's no reason to know that she would necessarily know what happened to Catherine.
Mm. What was that as well? There was that sequence with her and Cooper when they were talking to her about Leo.
Okay. Yeah.
And Leo is sort of an
They were
inventive-
going through the whole sequence of things, and the sheriff seemed to wanted to get to the particular point of the issue and get things resolved. Cooper then switches gears entirely and says, "Oh, okay, you're perfectly fine for going, waiting to see if Leo recovers and see how he feels about all the particular stuff that happened."
Yes.
Shuts the door in her face. It's like, dude,
You're
just
obviously
pushed her.
madly still in love with Leo. I hope the best for you when he fully recovers. Goodbye.
Do we think Leo is going to recover? Or
I'm
is he
not-
kind of off the show?
I'm not sure, but that's probably gonna be playing games with her head and kind of being like, "Oh dear, I need to advance plans or do other sort of particular things." So yeah, nice job, Cooper, getting the ball rolling on that one.
I want to say Leo may return in some fashion. I mean, what's her face returned in some fashion from a coma.
Yeah, that's
Ronette?
true.
Yeah, not Ronette, the other one.
She did, but
Lady.
Nadine, yeah.
She.
But of
like-
course, if he comes back, it's just gonna be a horrible big mess as soon as he gets up.
Yeah.
Yes. Do either of you have any last minute thoughts to add?
That flower was decently interesting before they saw the Laura Parra's diary.
Oh, yeah, that Harold Smith gives to Donna to put on Laura's grave.
No, the one that Donna looks at before seeing on the table that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The red flower thing.
Yeah.
I don't know my flowers, so.
All right, Justin, do you have anything to add?
No, I don't.
Alrighty, well, before we wrap up, I have a quote that will come into the series later, but I'm going to leave you with it for now. Because I think this sums up the show quite well. I have no idea where this will lead us, but I have a definite feeling it'll be a place both wonderful and strange. That will be episode 12 of Fire Walk with Us. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
Hi, Justin.